You might have seen this video lately.
In this talk, we'll show you why we stopped building agents and started building skills instead.
They are absolutely right, and that's why in this video I will be showing you the power of Claude Skills using one practical example, YouTube video research. Now, I haven't been really active on YouTube last year, and that is why in this video I'm going to show you a skill that finds video ideas using competitor research and keyword research. I'm talking video ideas, title, thumbnail ideas to make your video stand out, all of it into one automated workflow. We'll be connecting to external tools using MCP servers to get fresh, up-to-date data. And once the skill is set up, it only takes one prompt to get all of your video research. And the best part, I will be making the skill available in the description box so that you can download it for free and try it for yourself. So let's dive in. So here's my video idea research process. So everything I do before actually starting to record. Right now it consists of two main parts, which are keyword research and video research. And I'm currently doing this manually, which takes a lot of time. So my goal is to create a Claude skill that will systematize this entire process. And this way I won't have to keep reprompting Claude every time. And I can save time and ultimately make more video this year. To build this tool, to build this skill, I need a couple of tools. First, I need the YouTube scraper on Apify. So Apify is a platform with various tools, and they're called actors. And those actors let you scrape whatever website you want. In my case, that's YouTube. So to use Apify with Claude, I need to connect to the Apify MCP server. Now you might be wondering what's an MCP. So think of an MCP as an universal translator that lets AI talk to many different apps at once. So it's kind of like an API, but the main difference between an API and an MCP is that the MCP lets the AI use tool on its own instead of you having to code each step yourself. So to use Apify MCP with Claude, we'll need the Claude desktop app. So you can download it here. I already have it. And then you also need a Node.js, which I don't have yet. So let me go ahead and download it now. Okay, now that we have both installed, I'm heading over to mcp.apify.com and enabling access to the scrapers I need. So in my case, I need the YouTube scraper only for now. And also enable different permissions. Today we're going to need to get actors run and to also get dataset items. Okay. Now let's click on Claude desktop integration and let's copy the configuration information. And that's going to enable us to connect to the MCP in Claude. And now we can head over to Claude. So once you're open, let's go to the settings. And then click on developer, then edit config. And this will open a tab with the configuration file. Okay, so I'm going to paste my MCP configuration into the file. And now before I save, I need to get my API token from Apify, so you can find this in your account. So let's go and get it. Great, so I'm going to copy paste it off screen and then restart as you can see, now that we started Claude, the Apify MCP server is running. So now let's do the same process with Keywords Everywhere. I'll include a link to the documentation in the description box so that you can see what you need to copy paste exactly. But it's basically the same process. So we're just going to paste the configuration information just below the Apify information. And I'm going to replace the placeholder, your key, with my actual Keywords Everywhere API key, and then restart Claude again. And that's it. Now we can actually start building the skill now that we have Apify and Keywords Everywhere installed on our MCP server. I'm heading over to the capabilities tab in Claude, and I'm just going to click on the add button. We can see several options here. I'm going to choose to build a skill through a conversation, but I'm not going to only use Claude creator skill. I'm also going to add additional guidelines. So they were created by the Boring Marketer. I'm in this paid AI community, by the way, and there are a lot of great resources there. So I highly recommend it. So those guidelines are going to be added as a markdown file. So you might be wondering what are those guidelines exactly? So here they are. So they're a nine-step process designed to make sure that the AI acts as an expert to produce better quality output. And let's clarify what we're actually building here. So we're building skills, which are basically instruction sets, so best practices that teach Claude how to do specific tasks well, like creating docs, spreadsheet, or presentation. This is very different from agents, which are autonomous actors that can actually make decisions and handle multi-step processes. So while we are building this skill, just like prompting, we want to be very thorough and ultra specific to make sure that the skill does the specific task we want it to achieve well. Let's start the building process. As you can see, Claude is asking a lot of questions, which is absolutely necessary to refine the skill and make sure that the skill well performs as intended. So I'm going to answer all of those questions. And what I find very useful and interesting about Boring's marketer's process is the exploration step, where we have Claude produce sample output, which gives useful point of comparison to see what the skill needs to fix and or improve. Another added value of the process is the ability to research best practices or record a file with best practices to follow, which is what I'm going to do now. And this is the way, in my opinion, to make the skill way less generic and more customized to your specific needs. So if you have a specific way you like to do keyword research or competitive research, this ensures that the skill actually uses your way to do things and not some generic output found in the internet. So think about it like training an intern. So if you want the intern to do things just as you would do them, you need to provide the intern with very specific instructions. Okay, so now we're finally ready to build the skill. I'm reviewing the scope to make sure it's right, and it's right, so let's go. So as you can see, I've used 90% of my session limit. This is something to keep in mind when building skills. I'm on the pro plan, so I'm less concerned about tokens, but if you're on the free plan, well, you might run out of tokens quite quickly while building your skills. Okay, so now we've actually identified a problem while testing, so the Apify tool isn't working. Let's try to debug and see what's going on. Okay, so let's check the format. Okay, so it appears that so here's the proper format, and it's not being used. It's not being formatted this way when the Claude skill runs. So I am going to let Claude know that it's not using the right format to try and fix it. So let's see if it works. Now that we have the result, we're not done yet, so we can still fine tune and refine the skill to make it even better. In my case right now, we have 3 video results. I would like a little bit more, maybe 5. And also, I would like to have, the thumbnail URL in the database, as well as more specific thumbnail descriptions. And right now it's generating one title idea. I would like to have 2 ideas so that I can A/B test them. So let's go ahead and request all of it, and let's see what we get now. Okay, well, we still have the problem. Um, it appears that the API request, the Apify request is still not formatted as correctly. As you can see, we have the subtitle format and the subtitle languages parameters, which, well, are not valid and shouldn't be there. So let me ask it again to correct the format. Okay, we're still having Apify issues. Apparently the MCP server is down. Okay, whatever. Let's try another approach. I'm going to fix the skill format directly in the markdown file. So now that I made the changes, let me save the skill, and then I'm going to go ahead and upload the skill so that I can actually use it. So I'm going to go ahead and try and use the skill to find some video ideas about Claude cowork. So to use the specific skills I want, I find it easier just to ask Claude to use, well, a specific skill with the name of the skill, because I mean, you're supposed to be able to call a skill just by describing what you want to do, but I find that sometimes it doesn't work, so I just rather say, hey, use this specific skill, in that case, YouTube Idea Finder, to make sure that it uses it. So let's go ahead and see what analysis we get. All right, the analysis is over. So it took quite some time, around 5 minutes. So I sped up the whole process. But so let's see what we have now. We have keyword research. We have competitive video research. We also have well, what existing videos cover and what they don't cover, so the content gaps, and some video ideas. What I find interesting here is that so thanks to Claude's memory feature, the ideas is very specific to me. For example, the fact that one video in French is suggested is because I mentioned in chats before that I am thinking of starting a French YouTube channel, and that is very specific to me, of course. So the ideas you will get, even if you download the skill and upload it into your own Claude account, the ideas that you get will be different and will depend on the information that Claude has about you, which I find very cool. And as requested, we have the title and thumbnail ideas, along with the rationale and explanation of why each angle has been chosen. I will be actually using one of those ideas for my next video, so keep an eye out. We'll see if the idea actually works and gets views. So now I have used the skill for a while and I realized that it lacked something, comment analysis. So let's modify the skill. It's pretty easy to do. We are going to add the Apify YouTube comment scraper tool. So it's already added, and so all we need to do is just copy paste the tools info and then upgrade a code configuration file with this new URL. So let's do that. It's the same process as we've done earlier. And now we can restart Claude again. Let's check the developer tab to see if everything is correct. It is. The new actor is added, so let's use it. So let's now open a new chat. I'm going to add my old skill file in it. And since Opus 4.6 just came out, I'm going to use it to modify the skill. I'm trying it out right now. So let's see if we can see real improvement with using Opus 4.6. So as I said, what I want to add is to, well, not only get the top 5 videos on the topic, but also analyze the comments we get on the in the videos so that we can find further ideas of what users want on a topic. So I'm making sure to let the tool know what format it can use. This is not necessary, but I rather do it to make sure that there's no formatting issue. So let's go ahead and update. So now that it's updated, I'm going to download the new file. Then I'm heading over to the capability tab and I'm going to replace the old file with the new skill file we've just updated. And now we can try again. I'm going to be testing with the same keyword, so Claude Cowork, um, and but I'm using the new skill and a new model. So let's go ahead and start the process. Oops, that kind of sucks. I don't have any more Keywords Everywhere credits. Well, it's okay. I mainly want to see what comment analysis adds to the whole to the entire results. So I'm just going to keep going, and we will not have keyword data. It's okay. So let's wait until the tool is over with the analysis. Okay, it's over. Let's see what we get. So like the other time, we are getting suggestions to make a video in French, which is a good sign to see that what the skill suggests is pretty consistent. We're getting something new, which are plugins. Um, as for the videos returned, well, they're pretty different, but it's normal as I'm running the request 8 days later. So let's check out the comment analysis. And well, this really enhances the analysis and makes it even more useful, because as you can see, I'm getting a lot of interesting comments about, you know, what people are wanting to know. For example, the difference between Claude Code, Claude Desktop, Cowork, comparison requests, and so on. So this is super interesting. And all in all, I'm very satisfied with this updated skill, and I will leave this version in the description box for you guys so that you can go ahead and use it for yourself. So there you have it. Remember, I will be using one of those ideas in my next video, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you want to know if the video actually gets views. And again, I will include this skill file in the description box, along with the Boeing marketers guideline I used and the links to set up the MCP servers. And if you'd rather build your own skill using the same process, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you build. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.